All right. Welcome, everyone, to our third and potentially final session. We might keep going if we're having a lot of fun with this, but we'll see how this goes. Welcome, anyway, to our third session of For the Honor. This is our Firebrands game of She-Ra-inspired ridiculousness, and it's absolutely wonderful. This game is organized through the Gauntlet. You can find more about the Gauntlet and all of the wonderful community down in the description below. There will be some links that you can go and check out. And if you do, maybe you'll get to play a game with us sometime. That would be fantastic. We are using a couple of safety tools today. We are using lines and veils, which I've already gone over with all the players. We're using script change. We are using the X card, and we are using the open door policy. All of that information is available on the Gauntlet forums and Gauntlet's blog if you want to learn more about any of those tools. And with that, I will start introductions. So starting with myself, my name is Sam Zimmerman. I use he, him pronouns. And today I will be playing as the character Solara, who is the princess of the Kingdom of the Sun. She is kind of an angsty, apathetic, radiant character who has this billowing mane of orange hair that kind of goes flying everywhere. And in the middle of at the beginning, middle-ish of last episode, Solara lost her powers. And so we are currently in the middle of figuring out how that works and trying to get her powers back. And we'll see where that goes. Why don't we go in character keeper order, so that puts Maria next.
Wait, sorry, that was me. Hi guys, I'm Maria. I'm a game designer, layout artist, and this morning, I'm playing Prince, who is a Legion boy. He is a literal prince, but his name's Prince. It's just, it's a metaphor. His abilities are like clairvoyance and tactics, and wait, let's see. He's basically been raised, what do you call this? My peg for him is he was an air sign. Like, he's calculating, that's how he takes care of people. He's tactical. And in the last session, we had him having like a fever dream past version of him and dressed in all white, like possibly I don't know if flirting is the right word, but like odd symbols linking the Legion and the rebellion. But yeah, yes, that's him.
All right, Steven, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey there. I'm Steven, he, him, and I am playing for this session Insecta, she, her of the Legion, magical spider girl. Uh, uh, her powers are web slinging and friendship. She is too nice for this world and has generally been made a very poor job of disguising her plan to save the world as going out for a walk so far.
Fantastic. And looping back around to the beginning, Jax, why don't you introduce us to yourself and Nosha?
Hey, I'm Jax. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Nusha. She, her. She is a child of the resistance, sent as a kind of emissary, not very happy about that. And last time we learned that she can turn into stone when she gets real angsty. Also, archery hasn't really come up yet. So yeah, excited to see what happens next.
Fantastic. And Beth, last but not least, Bethany.
Yep. Hi, I'm Bethany. They, them pronouns. I am playing Nocturne, who is from the wild, which is actually kind of where we are right now, I guess. It's a network of very deep canyons and mountains. Nocturne is tough, oblivious, and gentle. Her abilities are animals and climbing. We actually haven't seen much with animals because I keep forgetting it's there. And she looks tall and intimidating and scary and like tough, like somebody you would not want to mess with. And she uses that to not actually have to be tough.
Fantastic. All right, so let's start our session the way that we always start these sessions, with the first game of the Prelude. Does anybody particularly want to nab the Prelude for themselves? I know that Prince and who was chasing Prince last time? Was that Nosha? Do one of you want to grab this?
I was just going to do the same. I've done the prelude already, so I wouldn't mind seeing someone who hasn't done it.
I can do it. I'm just like trying to look up the. I have the PDF somewhere here.
Let me share my screen again.
Okay.
Here we go.
Choose an option from any section. Oh wait.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Here's all the options.
Okay. So you can choose an option from any section. It doesn't have to be your section. Right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone narrates a 2 or 3 sentence scene of their character reacting. Okay, cool. I don't know why I've seen this done twice, and yet it just like completely blanked on the whole, on what it was and how to do it. We are. Oh, I already did that one. Oh, here we go. Yes, I like this. Okay. An isolated settlement is being tormented by monsters of their own creation. What are the monsters like? So I think this is this kind of underground portal place that we've stumbled into. So I think that there are monsters of their own creation there that are still around, even though the people are only holograms now.
I love that. So we start with the player to your left, which would be, I think, Nosha on the character sheet. Then we'll go around that way. And you get to describe a quick 2 or 3 sentence scene of your character reacting to these whatever they are showing up.
I wonder, after kind of how things ended last time, if it's these like sort of shadow creatures. And so they kind of had Nosha cornered for a while, and I think she sort of breaks off and just sees these things like kind of coming towards her, and they start out sort of looking like regular, sort of expected size shadows, and they just grow kind of bigger and start to take on dimension, right? Like they start to kind of be more material. And so I think we just see Nosha kind of pushing back away, maybe slowly trying to draw an arrow from her quiver.
Great. Insecta?
Yeah, I think we see Insecta ride herself, and I think that we see like the figure of Prince, and she's, oh, Prince, there you are. Didn't I see you run away with the stone? And I think that it's at that point that like the figure of Prince like they're like a seam for their mouth opens up, definitely not where their mouth is, like maybe in their neck, and like it opens up into a giant monster maw, and like the hologram Prince like contorts and like blobs out into this dark shadow beast.
I love it. I'm next, right? Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm so entranced lately by, you know how those you have those sculptures with like a veil on top of them, and they're like holding the veil at the neck, and so I'm thinking that maybe, I don't know if this is meta or whatever, but maybe like old Legion seers were trying to channel a dark god, and they just never got out. You know, they just possessed this body, and it they just grew larger and larger, and it started to infect other legionnaires like of that time. And I feel like uh Prince is Prince got beat, right, technically, with Nosha, yeah. Uh, did I canon give him a sword? I feel like if he has like a weapon or whatever, I think I gave him a sword. Let's just give him a sword. He just whips it out and is like um uh kind of trying to recognize this shadowed thing that's chasing Nosha now, or not chasing, looming over. Yeah, that's me. How about Solara? Sam seems preoccupied. Oh, okay. We'll wait for him. Unless everybody has any other ideas about like our friendly neighborhood monster of our own invention. Oh, you're on mute.
Perhaps this dark god is what has brought Mistress Necra down here.
Yeah, I feel like it's also the same god that's like talking through the stone.
Sure.
But yeah, basically what we've agreed on is the dark god that people were trying to summon um is uh is also the one that's kind of messing with Necra and talking through the stone.
Yeah, so I think Solara is kind of like staggering to her feet, because if I like Nocturne was kind of like helping her get up and like figure out where she is, and I think the three of us all see this figure of Prince that Insecta was kind of reacting to. I think that I think Solara is like maybe a little bit hopeful in that moment, because like she was worried that Prince had run off with this crystal, didn't know what to make of it, and now Prince is back, and so there's that moment of like hope, and then its neck opens up, and that all of that goes away.
Yay!
And did Bethany finish this off?
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, I was with Solara at the end of this, so I think when that happens, you see Nocturne. I don't know if I have a weapon either. Let's just say, yeah, let's say I have a weapon. uh, just like step in front of Solara, who like she knows is powerless, and like just draw the let's say a spear because someone else has a sword and someone else has a bow. Let's split the difference.
Oh, I like the image. Like, do you stab it into the not prince's head, and then it like melts around your spear?
Oh, I stab it into that gaping open mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. Do we jump to meeting blade to staff?
Meeting blade to staff is that something you can do when there's not a player character meeting against you, or would that be more like all out battle or stand united?
Good point.
Let me
Yeah, I think
look
that's...
really quick.
It actually kind of
Yeah,
sounds like a
Blade to
Stand
Staff.
United kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Stand United makes sense. That one kind of is like an end of the session game that.
We can always like, or the
Oh, yeah,
thing before.
no, this works. Stand United works. Or an all-out battle.
Yeah, all out battles.
This one looks more like for like a.
Go
That
ahead.
seems to be player versus player sort of thing too.
Yeah. I do like Jex's idea of search and rescue, like trying to rescue Nosha.
That works for me. I forget, what's Nosha's position in all this?
Cool. I think you were cornered, something like that.
Yeah, cornered by these like shadow creatures, and kind of like Prince is nearby, but I think that maybe these things grab her. They were kind of taking on material shape and grab her and like pull her into the darkness.
I'm actually curious, what is Nosha seeing as you are being consumed by this monster? Or I mean, like this monster like just being near you, not necessarily consumed by you.
I think like the scene that like we the audience would get is sort of like, Nosha kind of being like pulled backwards into darkness, and maybe even like a shot like from her point of view as of sort of like, being pulled back and everything just kind of slowly getting enveloped in darkness. I don't think she really sees much more than that. It's like these shadow creatures take her to their lair, which is a place of shadow and darkness. But those questions, where is the captive being held and what are their surroundings like, we answer together. So I am 100% interested in hearing any elaboration or ideas that you all have.
I have a bunch of tarot cards and I keep damaging them because I'm a bad person. Wait, let's see.
So is Prince playing the captor in this situation?
I don't mind. Okay.
That would be interesting. Like, you're the one with this crystal, so maybe you, like, not necessarily that you are consciously doing it.
Yeah. I have an idea. But everybody feel free to like pitch in or mod it or like make it something else. But I feel like the first people who like you like Nosha met the Widow Queen, right, of the Resistance. How do you feel? What's the Widow Queen like?
So she's like she's the matriarch of the resistance, and I think if I remember correctly, Nosha met her when she was very young. Yeah, so it's in my thing. Like, she's met the Widow Queen only once and believes most of the tales of her to be no more than stories. So I think that what she's seen of the Resistance, as kind of like a rank and file member of it, is that you know, the matriarch is maybe not what people make her out to be. It's not a person to like place all of her hope in. So I think that, you know, obviously you know, the matriarch is her queen, her general, but I don't think that she has the sort of, you know, faith in her that some of the other resistance members have.
Okay. Cause what I'm thinking of is that this matriarch and past prince, or like patriarch prince, like let's just call him white suit prince, were like a thing. They're the one who made the sigil. You know, you have the scene of them like branding the door with blue and then branding it with red, and it's like turning in this like bifocal form. And then I'm thinking that we're seeing that when they made this alliance, not really an alliance, but more of like a hidden plan. They gave birth to yeah, so they got these seers to. Oh, yeah, I kind of hear the cat. I'll wait for Jax.
No, I'm back. I was able to keep my
Your
headphones on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he likes to bite me, just like walk up to me and bite me. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, I was thinking that maybe they're the two that summoned through the seers, and it's this giant monster thing, and this monster thing recognizes the both of us, and it's taken both you and me in a sense that I'm holding the ruby and you're like taken, and now we're both fucked. and they're like, oh, we want to recreate our parent, or our, no, I hate the word parents, our creators, you know, like we miss them kind of thing, and that's why they what they have you now.
Like the shadow people have like two little dolls and are like trying to like.
Yeah, totally.
Sure, yeah. So it does say that the captor doesn't have to be a player character. So if,
okay,
you know, if Prince wants to be running after Nosha, that's something we could do too. I don't know what do people think?
Yeah, I could still be talking through the Ruby thing, and I am your captor, but I just kind of wanted that, yeah, captor, and yeah, if everyone's cool with that, with everything I said. Wait, I don't. Oh, okay. Wait, so how do we start this?
So, the rescuer goes first, the captor goes second, and the captive goes third. On your turn, choose a challenge from the roles section, read it aloud, and flip a coin. Then do what it says. As you play, the rescuers and the captor will gain tokens, and then the tokens represent how far you are to completing the goal. After each role has done 2 challenges, compare the tokens. So do we want to, I think it makes sense for all 3 of us, Solara, Nocturne, and Insecta, to all kind of like share the rescuer role. So
have more than one rescuer too. If there's more than one rescuer, take turns posing challenges.
Okay. So do we want to go 3 rounds then to give everybody a turn, or we'll just kind of see what happens? I think it makes sense to just kind of see what happens. If we want to go a 3rd round, then we'll do that. Does somebody have one that they're already looking at? Because I had an idea.
Go ahead.
Because as we flee, we stumble upon some parked vehicles. Sounds awesome, and I want to see what these weird vehicles from history are.
Do I answer that or?
I'm asking the group as a whole. Like, what do we think the
Ah,
vehicles
okay.
for this civilization were? As we like the three of us like scramble to our feet and run away from this shadow creature thing that's like broken, like it kind of revealed itself, and we run out of this dance hall and are running through the street. We find some vehicles.
I don't think we recognize them as vehicles at first because they don't have wheels. They just have like this flat platform. And because like they're ancient and they've been here forever, they're not, but like they're not doing anything. They're not running. So it just looks like, a motorcycle on top of a surfboard without the wheels. Like it's just this flat base and then like a single person thing on top. I guess more like a jet ski, but like there's no water.
I love that, like an air jet ski.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I think Solara probably is the one who recognizes kind of maybe they're a vehicle or something, and so she runs up to them and like is looking around for buttons or something to turn it on. So let's flip a coin, as in roll a d4, and if it's even, I'm gonna call even heads. We'll see what happens. And that's a 4, so that's heads. On a heads, we find a ready getaway vehicle and escape. So yeah, I think I kind of want to lean a little bit at like Disney's Atlantis with this, where like there's a like a button on the side, and I find it and push it, and then the whole thing starts glowing with these blue runes type deal. And starts hovering up, and I'm like, whoa, what is this? What is going on? And I don't. Do you each want to grab your own, or is this maybe a like we all pile up on this one small thing, and we're like bumping into stuff and very unwieldy as we.
Yeah, I
Very
like
more
the idea
entertaining.
that we're all standing on it when you started up without warning any of us.
I love that. And so we're flying through the street trying to figure out what's going on. So we have 1 token. And then the captor goes next.
I wanted to do the I let you free the captive and do some talkie, but since you're still looking for us, I can't pick that. But I am suggesting that you can find us. And then in the next one, the oh. Okay, I appear before you in person, ready to put my life on the line to foil your rescue efforts. I throw or we decide together. OMG, wait, wow. No, I don't want the game to end. I just wanted to appear in person. Never mind. The ground beneath your feet shifts suddenly, and you can lose your footing. I throw. Yeah. Okay. Okay. 1. Oh, wait. It's a D4. Oh, it's a 1. That's tails.
So we get another token. Yeah, what does that look like?
Ooh. Yeah, I want the ground to have like it has a sudden checkered pattern, but it lit up from a certain point. It unfurled like cards one by one, and it throws you off base because the hover thing connects to the ground so that it could keep floating. But I feel like because of the timing or because of y'all's powers, it actually helped give you a boost to go forward faster.
Can I pull Insecta to this? Because that would be really, really cool to like the ground flips up and flips the bike thing, and we're upside down, and Insecta is running on the ground with the bike upside down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we flip back over type deal.
Yeah, you have like an air gear moment where you're like totally skipping off of this flipping tiles. Yeah.
Are you good with that, Steven?
Yeah. That works for me.
And then Nosha, you get to suggest a challenge.
I'm invited to a pleasant meal by my captor. I think that this is maybe the scene right where we see who's maybe actually behind some of this, and I think that if everyone's cool with this, Mistress Nectra steps out from the shadows and invites me to eat with her. I accept the invitation only to find that the food is surprisingly delicious, and I appreciate the company. The captor gets a token.
Okay. Wait, I need to write that
What
down
about
somewhere.
her company is so pleasant?
I mean, I think mostly it's the food is sort of like has this like intoxicating component to it. Like not that it's like drugged or something, but it's just like it's that good, right? And but I also think she has a certain charm to her. You know, I guess maybe, you know, Insecta as the one who knows her best, I would like to hear from you maybe a little bit more about her. But I think there's like a certain charm to her, right? That she's able to have followers that aren't just these like weird shadow creatures, and that says something about her ability to at least pretend she's able to relate with people.
Yes, I'm sure that she's kind of does the villain thing where she's like, "Oh, I'm certain that you've heard some very nasty things about me, dear. But come, why don't we eat for a bit and talk?"
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I want to just drop it in that maybe she's missing. She has like 6 eyes and they're all not winking at the same time, except she's like missing the rightmost, and all of her eyes are red like rubies, and it's just there's no scar or anything. It's just peacefully closed.
Mm-hmm. That works for me.
I think it's the next rescuer challenge.
Yeah. Insecta or Nocturne? Do you want to toss one into the ring?
Let me see here. Yeah, I think that we have like Insecta just kind of running down one of the hallways, And I run down a passage past you following an errant lead. Like, oh, okay, there's clearly Mistress Necra's in that room. I should sneak past here and make certain I'm not seen. And I'm just completely not paying attention to the fact that you're just like sitting right in the room. Like, I think at one point, like, we literally see, like, Insecta, like, crawling all around, along, under the table, and then, like, under your chair to pop out on the other side. Yeah, so yeah, let's go over to, the die roller. And that's a 4. Yeah, you get my attention somehow.
I think I hear the skittering and you know, the intoxication of this meal is like momentarily broken, and I drop my fork on the ground, and it just sort of, makes a loud metallic sound hitting the stone floor.
Shh, quiet. We're trying to sneak past Mistress Necra to find Nosha.
Good.
Yeah, that's my move there.
I really want to try the I let you free the captive as a ploy to drag you deeper into my clutches.
Yeah, I definitely
really wanna
think
do
that
it.
during this entire, like, it's like we zoom out and like it's just Mistress Necra is just like has her hand on her brow. Oh, okay, we should run.
Wait, I shall roll a die. I got a 3, which is a tails, which is a. Oh damn! I am a fool to let you lose. The rescuer takes 2 tokens. However, I want to. I want to know what Insecta says to Mr. Stekra. I feel like how.
Hello, Mr. Necra. I was just sweeping up the floor as you asked me to. I'll just take the prisoner back to their cell. Get along, resistance prisoner.
I feel like she cracks like like the oh my god my child kind of smile, but I'm also like okay, and then she's just go along, with her hands.
Yes.
She's like okay, all right, yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. I wouldn't have expected to say that like an hour ago. When I was in my cell still before she brought me out, I overheard. I guess the shadows were like talking, and they were talking about a way out. So while I've been kept here, I overheard a rumor of a secret exit from this place. I throw. Heads, I gleaned enough to lead us directly to it, and we can escape. The rescuer gets a token. Tails, my directions are incomplete, and I've led us deeper into this maze. The captor gets a token. So let's see here. That was a 2, I think. It was a pink D4, so it's either a 4 or a 2. So either way, it is a heads. So I gleaned enough to lead us directly to it, and we can escape. The rescuer gets a token.
Yeah, I think that's 5 tokens for us. If I'm keeping track
Yep.
right. And 1 for the captor?
Yeah, totally. Yes,
think,
yes.
yeah,
You're
I
right.
think
Yeah.
I think we kind of crushed that. So after each roll has posed 2 challenges, compare tokens. If the rescuer has more tokens, the rescuer has succeeded at freeing the captive and escaping. We haven't heard from Nocturne. How do we get out of here?
I mean, I do you want me to pick something from the game or?
So we've
No, the
got
game
these
ends
vehicles. We've got a
after
secret
2
way out.
challenges.
So the game, this game is over. I'm trying to
Okay,
like
cool.
transition into whatever happens next.
Yeah. Did I just close that? I did not. All right, let me look at the list of possibilities here. Or not. Where is it? There it is. So I mean, like, we still have to stop whatever it is Mistress Necra is doing. So like now we're free and we're out, but we are gonna at some point have to sneak back in and stop her. Wait, actually, is Prince with us? I was not clear on where Prince actually is.
Good question. I feel like I have like an alternate, like, I keep saying alternate. No, I'm just fighting outside. Random shadow people.
Maybe we kind of transition to like Solara and either Solara and Insecta or Nocturne and Insecta are helping Nosha escape, and the other one is also missing, and then we cut to a scene of Prince and one of us.
Also, what's the reaction of Nosha being saved?
You're muted.
Was that a question to me?
Yeah, like I'm curious, like, what's it like being taken and then being, oh, okay, you're here.
Yeah. This actually might be a good place for just a little like role playing as we kind of figure out what's next, right? Yeah, I think once we get out through that exit, Nosha's incredibly like thankful. It's just like, oh, I didn't that place was terrifying. Like the shadows were real, like they were like creatures, and I know Insecta you were talking about Mistress Necra, but I don't know that I believed she was real until then, and now she's here. I don't know what we do. And then Nosha looks around and sees that Prince isn't here, and I don't know who's the other one who isn't here.
We can say Nocturne since I didn't do anything at all.
Yeah. So,
there's nothing saying that I'm here.
Nosha looks around and is like, sweet jet ski, and there's like, wait. Where's Prince? Where's Nocturne?
Oh, I knew
Smash
we
cut
forgot
to-
somebody.
And I'm on the bike. I was like, Nocturne went after you guys. Did you not keep track? Insecta, she was right behind you.
Oh, well, I thought Prince was keeping an eye. Oh, where's Prince?
No. And I think we will figure out where the 2 of them are after our first break. So let's take a 6-minute break. Be back at the top of the hour. Sound good to you guys? I will see you all in a little bit. Right. So it sounded like when we last left off that we were going to do another scene with maybe Nocturne and Prince. Did you guys have an idea of what you wanted that scene to look like?
Um, I put an idea in the chat, but that assumes that we're kind of like done fighting the shadow people. So Maria, if you had an idea that involved fighting the shadow people, we should probably do that instead.
I'm doing my thinking face. Hmm. What if, okay, what if the god that they were summoning was like, their true form was like an animal and it's something that you can hear properly?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
So for example, like, you know how Egyptian gods kind of are like half fox or half an eagle or
Yeah.
something. So I was kind of thinking, I kind of wanted to give Nocturne an advantage because we are in the wild. There are shadows. They look like creatures. They're kind of scary. Holy crap, they look like crazy humans. Oh no, they're actually
Yeah,
animals.
is this
Kind of.
maybe as an idea? Is the reason we haven't seen Prince is has he been possessed by the shadows and he
Yeah,
needs to be
sure.
brought back to his senses?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And you're talking to the, like, it's almost like, you know how like someone's like bear, maybe not bear hugging, but it's almost like, you know how those, oh god, what mythical creature was it? The one that wears skins for fun. Um, God damn it.
I think there's
Like a
multiple fairy
Wendigo?
tales like that, but
Yeah.
oh yeah,
But
Wendigo maybe. Yeah.
but they collect skins in a sense. But anyway, I just mentioned that in, because what if that thing is trying to make me wear it? And since your theme is like talking to animals, I was thinking that maybe you could do.
I mean, we don't have to bring that in if that would like complicate it a step too far, which it sounds like it might.
Oh, okay. So okay.
I can bring in animals another way if we need to.
Oh, okay.
Like we've already got shadow people and a weird dark god thing possessing someone. Maybe we don't have to also make it an animal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll bring in animals someday, eventually, before the end of the
I mean,
session, hopefully.
you could just be riding a giant millipede at this point, Prince.
Okay. Oh, sure. Fine. Yeah. You're right. So that it's consistent with the insect theme. I'm
Is this
chill
like the
with
insect dimension that we've stumbled into?
So I guess I'm interested, first of all, how do Nocturne and Prince find each other? Because Prince was like by where Nosha was when she got kind of dragged away by the shadow creatures. Nocturne was presumably with Insecta and Solara and fell off the jet ski. So how do you two find
Yeah,
each
because
other?
I was trying to set up a whole animal thingies possessing me, and then Nocturne's doing a Moana moment of like making a wild animal chill out. Like that's kind of what I was trying to set up, but it's okay if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think we need to. I think that just like adds an extra unnecessary layer.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's how I get back. I use my animal skill. I call out a little like fox that's hiding in a hole somewhere and get it to like ask it. I mean, it knows the area, it lives here. So I like ask it to lead me back to where we came from. So like I show up in this place where whatever's happening to Prince is happening, following a like little fox.
Mm-hmm. Damn it, so you don't want me to be possessed? Fine. Okay.
Oh no,
fine,
you can
fine.
totally be possessed.
Oh, okay. Okay, no. Okay, let's skip that because that's what normal Maria would do.
If you are possessed, then this might be mincing words, right? Because you have a secret.
Mm,
You're trying to hide the fact that you're possessed.
That's interesting because okay, yeah. So let's say you had like you were expecting like a big battle where it's all dramatic and stuff, but you like have these super very placid like sitting down. It's almost like I could have a cup of tea, but you know, it's just eerie how peaceful I am.
Yeah, are there still like shadow creatures around, or are you
Yeah,
just like
oddly,
everything's
oddly
calm?
oddly there's none of them. It's like from a vacation picture or something.
Yeah, as I show up like jogging behind this fox and stopping, they're gone. Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't more help.
What do you notice about me?
That you don't even look like you're out of breath from fighting. Like you look like nothing happened.
Okay. What do I notice about I think what I notice about you is that what I notice about you is that you seem smaller than usual. Maybe because of the whole thing that's in me.
Right, okay.
Also, does recommend decide now, Nocturne, if you are also keeping any sort of secret, but you don't have to.
I don't think I have one to keep.
Yep. You don't have to. Just wanted to.
I know. I wish I did because it would be so much more interesting. But I can't think of one, and I'm not going to hold up the game trying to decide what it is. So I don't have one.
Yeah. So Prince like flips like his.
Is your secret that you didn't actually care about Prince? You were just here for the rock.
Oh my god.
I do fully intend on stealing it back, so I guess that could be my secret. But I don't think that's terribly secret. Like we've all been trying to steal it from each other the whole time.
Yeah, but the first rule of Rock Club is that you don't tell them you're planning on stealing the rock.
That's exactly.
Sure, we can say that that it's secret that I plan on stealing it back. But I think that is not the biggest secret for sure.
Yeah, so I feel like the where are we talking is that it's like a fountain in front of like the gate of whatever. Like I like the way I see it in my brain is like there's this castle thing and that there's just this fountain in the middle in front of me. And I'm just like polishing my sword. Like I'm super neatly sitting down. Person who has the most to hide begins to talk. So I feel like I just fix my hair and I go like, "Oh, it's you, Nocturnes. It's very pleasant to meet you, and I've never talked to you like this, so formally."
I don't think we've actually talked on screen at any point, so I'm glad you pointed that out because I wouldn't have thought of that. I just kind of like look at you. Wait. Okay. I mean, you were being mobbed by shadow creatures. Did they just? What happened? You beat them? They leave?
Dropped like
Anyway, you look fine. So.
Dropped like flies. Nothing to sort out, and I like clean more of my blade, but there's no blood.
What were they?
Pests.
I mean, have you seen those before? Because I've never seen one before, and if they're here, we should. Anyway, that's like we should probably catch up with the others because they're off trying to rescue Nosha. I saw which way they went, but after that, I don't know But my little buddy here seems to be pretty good at finding the way around.
I ask you bluntly to explain yourself to me, saying, you seem and I feel like I flip to like a deep, scary, not scary as in, it's almost like a minor chord. Like there's just something off about my intonation.
Okay.
And then I say, you seem awfully alone right now.
Me.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah.
I'm not alone at all. I'm standing here with you. This is less alone than I usually am.
Yeah, and then I say, and then I ask you, could you give me a hand? And then I offer my hand. And it's just I'm just acting weird.
You're acting very weird. Yes. Like, are you sure you're okay? Because you didn't get hit in the head or poisoned or anything. You're.
So you're doing the
What's wrong?
respond honestly, right?
Yeah, I think I'm just like straight up asking you like what. I'm asking you bluntly to explain yourself to me.
Oh damn! Oh fudge! Damn it! I feel like I feel like possessed Maria would just attack at this point though.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Does that
Yes,
make sense?
Absolutely. Uh-huh.
Okay. Like I just grab your elbow. Oh my gosh! No, don't go vampire. I'm like, Maria, don't go vampire. I'm like,
I mean, there's like
Do
these
we-
escalations with. Yeah.
Yeah, is this fighting, but you're still in this game, or are we moving on to another game?
I feel like we flipped to a mini game where it's like blade to stave, if that's okay.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
There we go.
Blade to stave. Where is that? I have not yet.
Yes. Yeah.
It is
Where
up
are we-
on the share if you want to just work it from there.
I don't feel like we do the circling each other because I catch you by surprise though.
Yeah, I think I mean I wasn't expecting an attack. I was expecting maybe like you to be a little defensive or something.
Yeah,
but
I feel like I
not
do
just straight up attack me.
Yeah. I feel like it's the I tried to crush you. What do you do? I feel like the centipede thing just leaps out from my back and it has like tiny arms and it's just like grabbing you by the elbows. Elbows, no shoulders. Sorry.
I mean it can grab me by the elbows to it. So you have a centipede thing. How big is it? Like, I'm trying to get an image of the scene.
The width of it is my body. The length is probably like a long trail.
Big. Okay.
Yeah.
You try to crush me. Oh, what do I do? Okay, I managed to evade just in time. Like I see this thing launching itself like kind of around you, and just that like turn it has to make slows it down just like a tiny bit, and I like dive sideways and then I yell, "Hey, look out, there's something." Because I still don't know, like this is you attacking me. As far as I know, this is a monster attacking both of us.
Yeah, but I'm a Legion person, so I mean.
Right, but like you were pretty peaceful before.
Oh, okay. You have a point. Like a long insect arms like crawl out to my side, and try to grab you, not you, but your shadow. What do you do?
To grab my shadow.
Yeah.
I think it catches me off guard and I take the hit because that is unexpected in multiple ways.
Oh no. Okay. I feel like as it's like leashing off of you, I can talk a little bit, and I say, in like a choked voice, Nocturne, run.
Uh,
I want to be like emo boy moment. Leave me.
right, yes. I like struggle to tear away from it, and it looks like I'm gonna run for a second,
Okay.
but then I turn around with my spear and throw it at the centipede.
Okay.
So that is, let me see, that's not a flashy attack quite. I find that's an opening for a quick cheap hit.
Um, I would. Oh gosh, I feel like I would stand the blows like it's nothing, but I feel like I get to croak out that hit it at the head, and then I'm like saying, just hit me on the head, kind of thing.
Just hit me on the head. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, I just threw my spear, so I don't have it. So I have to just like tackle you, I think, and try to like.
Yeah, and there's this moment that Prince is both fighting the possession, but the possession is also fighting him. Is also fighting you. It's like this weird, like internal struggle and external struggle.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a little bit slower than usual. So I think you have.
Wait. This centipede is it a real centipede?
It's like a shadow centipede or something.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe I like start to try to talk to it, but then realize that's not a real centipede.
Yeah, it just garbles back at you when you try to
right.
talk to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
clearly not.
It's how it understands human speech.
Yeah, but I like the suggestion in the chat. The fox comes back and just like chomps down on your leg, like, and I tackle you at the same moment.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I fall down, like hair and done and shit like that. And wait, I'm looking at the thing. Oh my gosh, I like the ledge thing, but let's not do that. You knock my weapon out of my hand and it rattles out of reach. Do you allow me to recover it, or must I accept it? Yeah, I feel like you get rid of my sword, and it's super. It gives you a big advantage, and I'm on the ground.
Oh hell no! I don't let you recover it.
Yeah.
You still have a centipede.
Yeah.
You don't need a sword too.
Do you have like some? Ah, damn it. Do you have like some magic item that could kill this shadow thing?
I grab the stone from you.
Oh, damn it. Okay. And then.
And like when it goes to bite me, I just like shove it into one of its many eyes.
Okay.
And then I'm just trying to hit it, right? Mm-hmm. But like it does something magical to it.
Like it returns to its owner.
Okay, yeah, let me change that. I like hit it. I hit it somewhere other than the eyes. I forgot about that.
You could do the typical like shove it in its mouth and it like it's choking on it. Like
that sounds good.
I feel like it'd be actually funny if that's actually funny. Like its weakness was on me. Oh, poor Prince. Anyway, what was I saying? So it just it all slurps back to this rock, and it's like really intense, but also like weirdly like it's coming home, like it's happy in that sense. And I come back to my senses. I mean, I was kind of half in my senses when I was shouting at you instructions, but I feel like I fully come back to myself, and I'm also fucking dead tired, and I'm like looking up at you, and you're like pinning me down, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what? Yeah, I just say what the fuck I feel.
I think that is normal enough that I'm like, okay, it's you. And I get up and I pick up your sword and I do not give it to you. Just in case.
I feel like I roll around and I go like, I can't stand. And Nocturne, is it? And I'm just trying to roll to the side to be able to even sit up.
I didn't tackle you that hard.
Oh, but I
And
was
I'm
fighting a
assuming
bunch
you're
of shadows.
faking.
Oh man, because I was lying a while ago.
You were fine a while
Oh
ago.
god damn
All I
it!
did was tackle you. I haven't done anything else to you.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're faking this.
And then I say, I was fighting a bunch of shadow creatures before this. I was being piloted like a mech by that thing. And then before I get mad at you, I like snap back. I snap my mouth shut and be like, could you please help me up? I'm so grateful for my kind savior. You look great today. I like change strategies. I'm like, okay, like you're so nice.
I stab the sword into the ground before I come up to you, and then I give you my hand.
Oh yeah. And I feel like Prince like stands up and is like just staring at you in the eyes, and it's like, please don't leave me alone again, something like that. Like, where are the others? Kind of thing. And then he's like, he's just like, where are the others? And it's like glancing around.
They went off to find Nosha. We should probably follow them.
And since he's really close to it, I think he's trying to grab the rock again, but he's like too fucking tired to.
Yeah, like holding it out.
He's like, and he misses. He's like, no, I can't get it.
We can fight over this later. We should. So I don't know what's going on exactly, but it's not good, and they have Nosha, and we should take care of that first.
Yeah, and then I feel like I say that thing's too loud, like because of the clairvoyance thing. I think it's too loud. And then I'm like, tries to limber off to my sword, and tries to like be like, you saved me, but help me, but okay, let's look for the others, kind of thing.
And I pick up my spear and I'm like, hey, here, and I hand you, like, I've got a, canteen or bottle of water. Like, you look like you need this.
Oh, no. He gets it, and he's very happy, but it doesn't show in his face.
Right. Like, okay, come on. And, like I said, I saw the direction the others went, but not so much like where they went after that. So
I go like,
probably get lost immediately.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, sure. I feel like we can
I love
switch
the
to
idea
another
of you guys
minigame.
getting lost. Yeah. I see Jex's suggestion that we do a venture forth with the three of us to find you guys, but let me pitch that we might be trying to find you guys, but instead, realistically, plot-wise, we're trying to find the ritual room or whatever that is. Whatever the center of this castle is.
That makes
sense to me.
And I think also probably Nosha doesn't want to go back to where we've already been. And she she has mixed feelings about Prince, but she definitely thinks that Nocturne is competent, and you know, she's not super worried about Nocturne, I think.
Well, that's good. I do like the idea that like Insecta just kind of knows where she's going almost instinctually, maybe. Like you've been here before, you know what this place is.
Oh, don't the rest of you spend all your time in dark, unlit caverns?
Yeah,
Not if I can help it.
let's report. Yeah, so it's over here. Okay. So where are we? I do love this like dark underground, almost like Luigi's Mansion, dark castle, like ghost castle type thing that we're going through with all these shadow creatures in it. We've kind of talked about where we're going. Insecta, what do I notice about you?
Uh, oh, I mean, I mean, I pull out the that same holo map that we saw in the last session, and it's clearly like a map to this castle. And like, of course, since I assume that somebody's getting angry at me about that, well, I didn't know that we were traveling to this castle.
You knew where this was the whole time, and you let me take all those wrong turns?
Well, nobody ever. I mean, I assume that you knew where we were going.
No, I was just trying to get away from the shadow thing. Fine, you lead the way.
Oh, all right. This way, I think. I'm very sorry. It's much more difficult to tell apart left from right when you have 8 eyes.
I don't understand. Okay. I'm not going to question it. And I just kind of stomp off in the direction that you pointed. Do you want to ask?
Yeah,
Nosha?
Nasha, what do I notice about you?
I am tired, and I am trying my best to keep an eye on you, Insecta, because I do not trust you. So even though you helped rescue me, it's still clear to me that you know this place. You're with the Legion. You have this map. So I think Nosha's having a hard time feeling that Insecta is like. I think I'm trying to figure out like what's your play here? Like what are you actually trying to do? And maybe expecting that you're more of like a dastardly mastermind than you actually are.
Yeah, the best friend cupcake I gave you between games didn't win you over.
Oh, good. Solara, what do I notice about you?
I think you noticed that the fire is back in her eyes a little bit, but it's not like the magic fire. It's purpose. It's driven. She wants something right now, and part of that is frustration at Insecta being insufferable, and part of that is she wants her powers back, and part of it is she's mad that Prince left, and she's got a lot of emotions right now. So the character who's the least familiar with the area begins by asking a question. That's Probably me. Maybe. Not sure.
Yeah, because I was dragged around this place by shadow people, so I think that
Yeah,
and
that's
had a
true.
chase through as well. So I think it's you.
I haven't actually been inside yet. I was hanging out with the bikes. Bike singular. Um, yeah, so we are moving into this castle. Um, and I think oh, of course, the first thing that happens is I rush in with all my force to attack a threat, um, which are these shadow creatures. Do I strike it where it's weakest, or do I just scare it off? And it's the usual, just like running, screaming with like whatever weapon I could grab, because I usually don't use weapons, so I'm clearly not proficient with it.
Do we have an order to who answers, or is it just whoever?
I think it just says answer these questions together, so anybody who has an idea can just
Oh, okay.
chime
Are
in.
you just running in with a spear, but you're like holding it butt end out?
Yeah, it's completely the wrong way.
Swinging it around like it's a sword.
Yeah.
I think though that it looks ridiculous, but it actually causes you accidentally to strike it where it's weakest, because I think that with the point of a spear, it's able to more quickly sort of like do its dissipating around it sort of thing. But because it wasn't expecting the butt of the thing, it's not able to do that as quickly, and you land the blow on it.
I like that, just like swinging back and forth, and I actually managed to like do like the sever one, and the top half floats away and dissipates into smoke, and the bottom just kind of like shrinks back and crawls back into a crack in the wall or something. We got this, guys. Come on. Who wants to go next?
Sure, I can go. I mean, unless Nasha has a particular idea, because I'm just looking through the list again now. Um, uh, yeah, I'm gonna say, sensing trouble, I move to protect you, Nasha. What blow do I take in your place? Huh, huh.
Love it. I think one of I think the shadow creatures, right, can just kind of like basically appear out of nowhere, like kind of like there's like a pool of shadow on the ground and it takes form, and kind of comes at me, and I don't notice it, and yeah, you push me out of the way and take the full force of this shadow, um, like kind of hitting you in the abdomen.
I get thrown across the room.
Yeah, and I think Nosha sort of, you know, recognizes um, what happened, and let's see, I think helps you up, right? Like kind of helps you up and gather yourself, and let's see. I think tying this back into some of the stuff from last episode with the holograms and that sort of thing, like thematically, this maybe makes sense. I see a reflection of my former self, an illusion or a memory, and it stops me in my tracks. What am I remembering?
Oh, is there Is there like a memory that they took from you while you were a prisoner?
I like
Let me
that.
make sure
Yeah.
we're okay on safety stuff. I think so. Um, yeah, I like there's so I have two questions. One, what memory is it? And two, did they actually take it from you so you don't remember it anymore? Or is it like
Mm.
a replay of something that you still remember?
I think it was when I met the matriarch, the Widow Queen. Um, as to the second question, which is the more interesting answer? I don't. Either one works for me. Um, yeah.
That's like really interesting if they specifically took all of the memories of the Widow Queen from you for some reason and are like maybe using them as part of this weird ritual thing. I don't know. Are you okay with that? Because that's kind of a big
Yeah,
thing to.
I'm okay with that. So I mean, like, is it almost kind of like I realized like I maybe I like see something like, so we're in kind of like a castle, right? So there's probably like portraits on the walls and stuff, and
Mhm.
I see one that looks like the Widow Queen, and who I'm sure by this point in the series has been like very firmly established for all the viewers at home, right? Um, but I wonder if it's not what I'm remembering so much as I realize that something is missing. Like I realize like there's a like it's the feeling of like there's something being on, on the tip of my tongue, right? Like I look at the picture and I'm like, and can't place it, and it's really disturbing to me that I can't place it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I love that. Yeah. So I think Solara like comes up and like, oh, I didn't expect there to be a. Why is there a tapestry of the Widow Queen here? And you're like, who? Who is that? Wait, what? You know the like the person you work for.
Your leader, your queen, your general.
Yeah.
I I'm not something's wrong here.
I wave my hands in front of your face. Are you're still Nosha, right?
No, yeah, no, still Nosha. Um, I was unconscious for a little while when I was still in the cell back there, so I don't know. I don't know what they did to me or took from me.
Yeah. I think that mixed with the creepy castle, something here gives me the creeps. And I start at the smallest noise. What ghost story does this remind you of?
Well, I mean, there's that story where like the heartbroken queen, uh, in order to overcome her heartbreak, buries her heart in a castle deep under the earth.
Very pointed. I love it. And he haunts the halls forevermore, singing songs of heartbreak. Maybe there's like a whispering wind in the hallway, and like it sounds very vaguely like a woman singing in the distance, and it's just just spooky enough to kind of make us all jump when.
Yeah, once again, Insecta jumps and like sidles up against Nasha again.
Hi there, Insecta.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not scared.
Me neither. This is
I
perfectly
mean, what's there to be
normal.
scared of around here? I mean, it's not like there are spiders anywhere.
Right. Right. No spiders. Right.
Did you say spider where?
No, none. There aren't any. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
You're okay.
Why did you say there was one then, Nosha?
No, I said you're right. No spiders. No
Ah!
spiders.
It probably goes on like this for a few hallways.
Of course, yeah.
Steven, do you want to pick the next one?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say I scout ahead, coming around a bend. I see something unexpected and freeze up. I think that what we come upon is an old family portrait that shows the widow queen as a child besides her sister, who we recognize, of course, as Mistress Necra.
Yep. Yep.
Which, of course, now
Absolutely.
makes Prince the widow queen's nephew.
It's all coming together now. Yeah. I wonder that portrait has less meaning to Nosha now. Well, I guess now she knows that that's the Widow Queen. I think as we kind of all stop to look at this and we're all like sort of taken aback by it, Nosha kind of like pushes back a little bit and steps on. I think that probably most of these halls have been stone, but we found ourselves in one that is like the floor is made of wood, and Nosha steps on like a loose sort of slat or something, and the entire floor gives way beneath us. How do we weather it together, and what does it change between us?
Oh,
That's a good fucking. I just want to say that's such a good question.
that is such a good question. Is this the like?
Do we form one of those human daisy chains where we
I've
all are
got
just...
someone knocking on the door. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay. Oh man, this is... Yeah, I have an idea here. I'll wait.
I am very excited.
About that.
Yeah, I think first off we do form one of those human daisy chains where each of us is trying to like catch the other to stop us from falling. Like Solara catches Insecta and then Nosha has to catch Solara, who's also being pulled over. And just as Nosha is going to give way and fall into the abyss, a hand grabs onto her shoulder, and it's Prince. That Prince and Nocturne have caught up with us, finally.
Good. I like that. I love the image of Solara like trying to fly with her wings, but nothing's happening. Like she's flapping impotently, trying to keep everybody up. I'm sorry, did you say that Solara or Insecta was like the last person?
Oh, I was saying like maybe Solara catches Insecta, and then Nosha has to catch Solara.
Okay.
But you can feel free to change that around anyway. I just want Nosha to be the one that has to be caught by Prince.
Yeah, I like that. And like I love the scene of like I've got Insecta by one hand and I look up and Solara's got me by like Nosha's got me by like the scruff of the neck, and we're all looking at each other like
Oh, Prince, I found you.
And I'm uncharacteristically like happy to see everybody. And I feel like I grabbed Nosha by like the shirt collar.
yeah, we're all like struggling with bits of clothes and arms that are grabbed in different places. And Nocturne, do you like come in and help pull everybody up?
Yeah, like once once you've stopped and noticed that it's Prince, then like I'm closely following, and kind of lay down flat and reach down to like get the next person and help haul them up.
I love that.
And there's a fox like standing with its feet on my shoulders looking down at you.
Oh, he's
Aw.
so cute. It's like I'm not even paying attention to Nocturne for a little bit. I'm just like going over this fox.
It's red like your hair.
Great, I loved it. Do we make it to our destination? Do we think that that's what we've broken the floor into?
Like into the like ritual chamber or whatever?
Yeah, it's underneath this room, and we look down the hole, and we can see the ritual going on underneath. Yeah, what's happening when we look down?
Well, I feel like it's a bunch of people with their veils and like holding it down and like in this entrancing movement of like bowing towards the center. Maybe not rock, but maybe hole. It obviously looks like a previous campfire, but the fire's not there anymore, but they're still bowing. And the fabric is like white but turns to black shadow at the edges of it. And we're just like, I feel like I've tried. I feel like Prince is like, how do I get everybody to shut up? They're chanting. It's like, yeah. If anybody else has ideas of what the ritual looks like.
Yeah, the other question.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, I think there's a lot of, like when you see a movie where there's like the tall flames, so the huge shadows. I think there's a lot of that, like these like just really impossibly big shadows. It's kind of like what's the word? Chiaroscuro, is that it? Right? The like kind of bold contrasts. Like in the sort of whole scene. I don't really have anything to add other than I guess just that like kind of flavor.
Yeah, I like that. I also think that maybe they do stop chanting and bowing as all of this wood from the floor hits the ground and they all look up at this hole and we're all looking down. And that moment we cut to commercial. And I think this is a great spot for our second break. I'd like a little bit longer of a break, maybe 10 minutes if that's good with everybody. All right, so I will see you all at 3 after. Recording. All right, welcome back. How do we want to move forward? So we've got the 5 of us standing over this pit with 6, 7-ish, probably, cultist shadow things at the bottom. Not sure what they are yet.
Is
are we
Mistress Necra there?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Is this a like Mistress Necra shows up at the climax and type deal?
I mean, this kind of feels like Stand United a little bit. Like that's what we're moving towards, right? And definitely Mistress Necra showing up for that would be appropriate.
Okay.
Because looking over the other, like the battle one, implies that we're not all on the same side yet, and I think we're kind of all on the same side now. I mean, Nosha is definitely wondering about people's allegiances a little bit, but yeah, I don't see like all out battle where like Insecta or Prince rushes in to protect the ritual or something, right?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good with Stand United. Yeah, so let's start there. My pages, please be on the right page. There we go. If you have reached a point in your story when all the players are allied against a common foe, then it is time to play this game. Together you will take the fight to the enemy or stand in defense against them. Everyone plays. Where are we? We are, I think we've kind of gone over that. What are we fighting? I think stopping this ritual kind of sounds like the goal here. And let's go around in hierarchical order. So Prince, what do I notice about you?
You notice about me is that I notice you, Char. I feel like he's super shocked that you're glowing again. And he keeps like trying to look at you, but also trying not to look at you. It's like, what? It's like out of all like the strategy of the whole group, what throws him off is like, but I saw the sun kind of die. Why are you floating again? And then yeah. He's stressed because he can't figure shit out yet. And he's clairvoyantly drained from fighting shadows alone.
You want to ask around, and so you would ask Insecta.
Oh, okay. Insecta, what do you notice about me? Oh, sorry. Or what do I notice about you? Sorry. Yeah, what do I notice about you? Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you notice about me? How nervous I am.
Noticing you. Noticing me. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then from me, that would be... Sorry, I'm just... Yeah. Nosha, what do I notice about you? Nosha.
I'm resolute. That I think seeing this gave me purpose that I didn't have before, and I think I kind of glanced back from like Prince to Insecta to just sort of like trying to gauge which side they're going to be on, and I look to Nocturne, who I guess is sort of my oldest friend in all of this now. And Nocturne, what do I notice about you?
That I am impatient. I'm like looking, sort of pacing around the hole, looking for like, okay, how do we get down there and stop this right now? There's not, I am not giving myself time to hesitate, because like then I would have time to be scared. And Solara, what do I notice about you?
I don't think Solara is like fully manifesting magic quite yet. Um, but I think what you notice is her hair is getting pulled. Like the wind that's usually just kind of like blowing her hair all over the place is now like funneling it down into this hole towards the ritual. And it's kind of getting in her face, um, trying to look around, look between like Prince is here, and now there's this ritual going on, and Nocturne's back, and I love this cute little fox, but I don't have time to talk to the fox, and so she's kind of scatterbrained right now. I think it makes sense for Nocturne to start because it sounds like you're the one who's the most like jumping into the fight.
Yeah, it may be literal jumping into the fight. Let me see. Um,
Should we read out the rules of the game?
sure. Okay. Take turns going left or challenge to answer. Okay. The first round, someone may announce it's time to. Okay, cool. So we go around at least one time and go left, and that person chooses another person to answer the question. Cool. Okay. Right. I think that I start to like try to lower myself down and look for ways to climb down, but like as I'm sort of hanging from the edge, I am like one of these creatures has something a lot like Insecta's webs, and they shoot it out and it catches me, and I am captured by nets and slings and brought to my knees. Like it yanks me the rest of the way down and I just hit the floor. And can you cut the ties that bind me? How? I will ask Solara.
Oh, you pick the person who is scrambling and trying to figure out what on earth is going on right now. Can I cut the ties that bind you? How?
Maybe I did ask the wrong person.
No, I like this because she would definitely try and fail. So I don't know how I get down, but it's probably not the most graceful thing. Maybe the wings will kind of work to let me glide a little bit so I don't just slam into the floor. But it is not a graceful leap. But it's definitely a oh shit, Nocturne, I gotta help. And I'm giving it my all, and my all just probably isn't good enough in this moment. So yeah, I think so. To the left would be kind of going opposite direction on the character keeper. So that goes to Insecta.
Wouldn't it go to
Shouldn't it go to Nosha?
Sorry about that.
I skipped over Nosha. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think since we're starting with all of this like awkwardness, I think Nosha like quivers some arrows and like starts like kind of firing them off, and pulls off an incredibly impressive maneuver, weaving destruction with a dancer's grace, and end it with a perfect black backflip through a wall of flame. So I think like I knocked down like a brazier or something, and then like I'm like, okay, well, some of you are down there already, so she flips down, yeah, does this perfect backflip through a wall of flames. Prince, can you top that, and how?
Lol. Oh my god. I feel like I grab at some of the webbing and do a bit of Tarzan slash Prince of Persia in terms of like walking around the walls, and I'm trying to scout like the whole, like I feel like it's a spherical room. Like I'm trying to scout the whole spherical room to get an eye on how many how many praying shadow people do we have. And I feel like I shouted to the rest of the team that there's one behind the like the giant weird bookcase that looks like an altar thing. Watch out. Yeah. But I don't know if that's cool. Yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Okay, now it's Insecta.
And then is it on to me then? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So Prince and Nosha have gotten a chance to act, right? Or no, Prince and Nosha. No, Prince and Solara have gotten a chance to be kind of the stars, right? Yeah, I feel conflicted. I'm feeling conflicted about this fight. You know what? Just because we haven't seen much of it, can you inspire me to face it with confidence, Nocturne? How?
Well,
Because we have not seen confidence from Nocturne.
I'm currently still kind of tied up with these webs, having been yanked back to the bottom, but like that's perfect because you also have webs. So I'm yelling up to you, hey, Insecta, can you get down here and help me, please? You can. This is something you can do. You know webs.
I'll help you, Nocturne. And I come up and I just I just cut through the web that's holding you up. How does Nocturne take this fall?
I mean, I've already like fallen most of the way, but then I just like the last little bit of it like flopped down to the ground, and kind of grown a little bit.
You're allowed to be cool,
thanks,
Nocturne.
Thanks, got it. And then I get up and I've got my spear and just kind of throw myself into the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look at this list randomly, but my eyes immediately go to I am gravely wounded, plus I take one blow too many. Oh my god. I like injuries too much. Pick something else. Okay, a sniper taking aim high above could be right in my reach if I had a little boost. Can you give me the extra push? How? Yeah, I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like one of the chanting people does like, like a sudden bridge, but it's too fast and it creeps the fuck out of me. And they walk in that bridge manner and I'm like, ah! and I feel like, wait, let me just read the prompt again. Yeah, I'm so distracted by that I fail to take into account like one like shadow creature like in the far right corner. But I feel like somebody notices. I feel like Nosha notices, and I'm like, could you give me a hand? Also, like I need to jump on this weird table thing, and then I'm gonna try to get to that guy at the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Nosha probably sees the like shadow sniper or whatever kind of at the same time as you, and think back on it later, she would be surprised by like how quickly she acted without like considering which side Prince is on or anything, but she just does it, and gives Prince the push that he needs to get this sniper out of the picture.
Yeah, I feel like as you like push me up, you also shoot an arrow, and that's like and then I jump on that so that I could reach the top and smack the shadow thing up there. I'm like, there's too many. There's one too many of these today. Like, and I go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say there's some really good like mind stuff going on, because when you were saying that with the arrow, Solara in the chat says, "Do you shoot arrows and make a staircase?" So.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I didn't even see that. Yes, yeah. And you just jump. Yeah. And I feel like I perch up there for a little while because I'm like, oh damn it, this again. Okay, but I'm in a team now. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's my turn. Of course I go to this one first. So yeah, Solara came down and was like fighting forward to try and get the Nocturne, couldn't do it in time. I think I like two more of these like big shadow figures that now that we're down here, they're incredibly tall. They're like 10 feet high. They're way too big for normal people to be. And so I'm struggling forward and they're pummeling me down. I am overwhelmed by blows and begin to lose my resolve. I have to throw this back to Prince and say, what memory between us can I call upon for strength?
Oh man, I feel like we had like a really cool duel with like a lot of sexual tension. and the only thing that made me like piss you off a lot of times because I didn't say any other word to you other than get up. And I feel like when you like try to look for me, I have just like these dagger eyes and I'm like, what do you want me to say? Like get up. And that's it. Yeah.
I love that. Back around to Nocturne.
Yeah. So I see that like we are not having a good time of it, and Solara is being pummeled, and I see that what was it? You knocked something over and like that was burning. And with like very little regard for my own safety or anyone else's, I pick it up and just like start swinging it around so that the oil like spills out and it's just like lighting things on fire around me. I am where I was just looking at it. I let my passions get the best of me and begin violently attacking my surroundings with little regard for collateral damage. Could you calm my fury? How? And I think I think that's a question for Insecta.
And how is your fury manifesting now?
Lighting things on fire, pretty much.
Okay.
Cultist, the surroundings. I mean, with little regard for collateral damage, my own safety, like I'm sure my hands are burning a lot from this, and like we're here too. It's probably not good that we're in this place that's on fire.
I think just as you're like in this, like fire rage and like the fire spreading up your arms maybe. I think Insecta is like, Nocturne, no, your friends care about you. Like we,
Um, yeah, and like I think I just at the mention of my friends, like, oh right, I should be more careful because like I'm it's not like I'm hitting them with this burning oil, but I am hitting everything around us with burning oil. Like, oh, we have to fight in this too, and I just like throw it at the nearest clearly like the nearest one of these shadow people, and then kind of look around like, well, okay,
I
what
feel
next?
like it so much wasn't friendship, Prince, as pointing out that fire is dangerous.
Yes, I think that was it. Well, you know, I have friends here. That's why I just, you know, like
Yes,
it's
that's why
dangerous
fire
to
is
them.
dangerous.
Right. Because I wasn't super concerned about myself, although I should be because I am not, fire is not my power.
Remember, children, Solara can play with fire because she's
Right.
a being of fire. Those of you like
Yeah,
Nocturne who
I
aren't
forgot
made of
that detail.
fire should not play with matches or other flammable materials at home.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for the reminder in chat that Mistress Necra could show up at any moment. Oh, I'm just going to read that verbatim. She emerges in the black liquid of the center of the room, a la Prometheus. Yeah, I think it's like that, like just taking form out of this like gooey shadow liquid. And I think, okay, so the prompt is there's a watchtower to the east and I move to take it out. I think what I'm moving to take out is Nectra. And, but as soon as I head in that direction, you know, I'm getting all of these shadow creatures coming at me and maybe some like shadow arrows flying through the air. And Nocturne, can you shield me from harm? How?
So they're all like focused on you and coming after you now. Yeah, I am not a fire person, and I'm like putting the flames out, and I notice you, and then I decide to use the skill I do have, and suddenly a swarm of insects comes out of like all of the little holes in the wall, all the cracks, like there's just roaches everywhere, and they swarm over these shadow people, and they like just start biting them. And they're just insects, like they're not deadly or anything, but they sure are distracting. Not spiders. No, no spiders. Spiders would eat the bugs. Like there would be fewer bugs up there.
Insecta.
So then, yeah, I think that, you know what? Just from where we've been going, I am gravely wounded by a chain of explosions. I wonder where those came from. I wonder where Nocturne. Can you make it across the? I mean, let's see, who hasn't gotten a chance this round? Or who hasn't talked for a while? I don't think Solara has. Yeah, Solara, how do you get across the battlefield to patch my wounds? How?
I think Solara doesn't have any trouble getting across the battlefield. Like this is great. This is much more comfortable than the cold, drafty, damp castle that we've been dealing with so far.
Remember, kids, Solara can run through fire because she is fire.
Do not try this at home. Big spoilers at the bottom. And I don't know that it's necessarily like I specifically treat your wounds as much as I'm able to just like help you get out of the fire and maybe like redirect some of the flames away from you.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, and I think the patching the wounds is more of an emotional patch.
Yeah.
Okay, we got
I
this.
know
Come on.
Nocturne didn't do it on purpose.
No, she didn't do it on purpose. We all love you.
I want to do the I take one blow too many, I fall in battle. How do you save me from death's embrace? Because I feel like Mistress Necra would be like, instead of like acknowledging Insecta, would be like, my lost child. And then like as we all like flip towards Insecta, I fall to the floor instead, and I'm like dragged towards to where she is. And I'm, since Nosha's the closest to attacking Princess Mistress Necker, I'm like, like, help kind of thing. As I'm like trying to swat with like the sword, but I'm also like, oh, I am done.
Yeah, so I think with the insects like distracting the shadow creatures, the scene is sort of like Nosha like pushing them off of her, but as she's coming out, she is made of stone again, and she just immediately goes and like covers Prince to keep him safe.
Does that mean Mr. Schnecker is on top of you or something? Or is directly attacking you now?
I think so. Did Nectar like pull you all the way to her, or?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
imagining.
So I think that Nosha just kind of like you know pushes off all these shadows. She's in her stone form and just charges right over there and pushes Nectar away and kind of takes Prince in like an embrace and starts moving towards the other direction so that that Nectar can't hurt him.
Oh, I feel like she's mad. She's mad. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that maybe in this attack on Prince, that the crystal got knocked loose and went kind of skittering across the floor, and Solara sees it, and I'm pissed off at this thing now. This has gotten into so much trouble. I strike at the crystal with sundering force, the likes of which hasn't been glimpsed on Rathael since the times of legend. And I think that like it's this big, like she sweeps her arm up and like gathers all of the flame that has been spread out on the floor and just screaming lifts all of the flame up in the air and drops it on this crystal, which goes flying up into the air. And I think it goes by where, like, goes right by Nocturne. Can you, what is the, am I outdone by you? And how?
Not so much outdone as helped, because I catch it and I hand it to Insecta and say, I think you know what to do with this. And I'm just moving that straight into Insecta. It is time for you to enact the ridiculous plan you've been plotting.
Okay. Yes, I think that Insecta holds it aloft, and everyone, quick, gather around me in a circle and hold hands.
Of course.
Okay.
My power is friendship, okay?
I love that you're holding this crystal up and you've got two of your spider legs out and we have to hold on to those.
Yes.
So did we just move into the ending one? All of us lock hands and call upon the power of Rathael to unleash a full spectrum wave of unbridled energy which crashes down upon the opposing force.
Uh,
I mean, I just
Yeah,
read it
yeah.
out,
that's
so
what
I
it
feel like
sounds
that's
like.
what
Yeah.
we're doing now.
Yeah.
It stands no chance. Is the wave damaging or calming? Do we keep holding hands after the wave has passed?
Oh, I want to throw that out to Solara since you're the princess.
I think the wave.
Princess, I'm sorry. I mispronounced it.
Yeah. I think that this wave is pure light, and so it is definitely damaging to these shadow creatures who are made of shadow. But Mistress Necra is just kind of standing in the middle of this, just get like this light being washed over her, and she's kind of doing the scream of like, no, don't do this. But it's not actually hurting her, as all of the like shadow cultists are getting vaporized, and there are no shadows in this room at all. Everything is illuminated from every side, which is a very weird image. We keep holding hands after the wave has passed. I think
Insecta's
so.
not letting go of either of the two people she's got a hold of. But the rest of you can decide.
No answer other than yes is acceptable to this question.
Yeah, I think so. I do want to toss back to Insecta. What are you holding in your hands now? Is it still the same crystal?
I mean, it's definitely pink now. If it wasn't before.
Yeah, so it used to be this kind of like dull red ruby, and now it's this glowing pink like
Yep.
feel. I love that.
So I think I think that like as this is happening, I wonder if Necra manages to skedaddle, thus leaving us open for a potential next season adventure.
I do like that. We like look around after this. Where's Necra?
At the end of the credits, like show her some far up.
Oh yeah, of course. Do we want to have like a closing scene, or do we want to call it there?
I feel like Necra says something to Insecta before she disappears into the pond from which she came. Like something
Prince.
like,
Or to Prince?
or a
Yeah.
prince, yeah. Like, yeah. I don't know if it's always like you were always too ambitious, or possibly like, what's mine shall always return to me. Keep your change. You damaged.
What if it goes back to the family thing? It's like you're just
Oh.
like your father. I could never and see where it got him.
I like that the best. Yeah. But I feel like I'm too tired to reply anything. I'm like just like yeah, okay. And
Yeah,
then
maybe she doesn't.
still holding a hand.
Maybe she doesn't give you an opportunity and just
Yeah,
vanishes into this pond. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I would love to do a closing scene, the one that you suggested a while ago.
Yeah. Do we want to do an actual game, or do we want to just kind of have a closing scene with the five of us?
No, I think I'm good just having like a closing scene.
Yeah. So I kind of want to like bring this back full circle, and we're back in that same kind of like castle place that was in the wilds. Yeah, what room are we in What does it look like, Nocturne?
Like from outside, it looks like it's just made of stone and metal, and it looks sort of cold and uninviting. But inside, the whole room is full of plants, like vines just climbing up the walls, and it's a garden, because there aren't a whole lot of places to grow plants here. This is like steep rock cliffs everywhere. So like any area that can grow plants does. And so there are like trellises on the wall and vines climbing up them, like with fruit hanging off of them, just everywhere inside that like any light hits at all. Other than that, I think it's a big empty room.
I like it. And I think that Solara at least is like kind of lumped in maybe like on a bench. She's just kind of like laying out on this bench. One wing is draped out over the ground in this very like dramatic pose. And she's like exhausted. I don't know if she's like fully asleep or just like you could tell she's very tired. Um, is anybody on the bench with her?
I feel like Prince is there. I feel like you have like your head on his lap, but he's also like nervously twiddling his fingers. One of his hands is in a makeshift sling by Nocturne. Um, he's like he's trying to rest, but he's trying to figure out like so Solara could do the fire thing. Um, Nosha and me's like matriarch patriarch thing was a thing, but Insecta knew a lot, and then Nocturne saved me, and he's just kind of like, he's like, okay, and then he's like, I feel like he's staring at, like, you know, one of those sigils that we described in the last session. I feel like one's like really large in the middle of the like front end of the room, and he's just trying to tell Nosha that we need to figure that thing out, or else Insecta's former boss is gonna come back to us. We need to work together. Because I feel like he can figure out that it's like, you know, I know you saved me, but I know you're still going back to the resistance.
Yeah, I think so. I think Nosha is kind of like standing there near the bench while Prince was talking to her, and Prince was kind of comforting Solara, and Nosha's just kind of like, yeah, and sort of walks across the room and looks out. Are we still underground, or is this like, can this castle be actually a castle that's above ground? At least partially, or maybe now it is. I don't know.
I think.
But I
Oh, never mind.
go ahead.
Oh, I think like the it's the place where like everybody started out, right? I don't like above
Oh,
ground, the place where you were
gotcha.
meeting.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I think that Nosha looks out a window to where the wreckage of that ship was, and it's being carried off by the resistance. And she then walks over to Nocturne, just kind of like, well, I don't know if I was expecting all that, but it's good to see you again. And just kind of like awkwardly sort of trying to strike up conversation.
Yeah, yeah. And Nocturne's also like standing and looking at, watching this ship be taken apart and carted away, with both of her hands sort of bandaged and the fox kind of like leaning up against her leg, and looks like, well, that was about as eventful as last time I saw you. So just I guess we can just expect this next time. Just next time you're here, come ready for adventure, apparently.
I think.
Can I ask Insecta how you come in and break this awkwardness up?
I mean, I'm not really gonna help because I think like Insecta comes in like behind Nocturne and Nosha and just says, well, I finished filing all of your enlistment forms. Best friends. I'll see you at orientation. And I just kind of go off. I do conduct 5 hours of trust exercises to start.
I love it. I love the trust.
Good.
There's like a trust wall in the first one, and I feel like Princess. Yeah, I feel like Princess. Like, oh my god, I need to do a clairvoyance thing, but I'm going in that head. Oh my god. he's like, we need to find the neck okay, trust exercises, right? Okay.
Insecta, will there be a ropes course?
No, Insecta has left. Like, she has just announced that she has signed you two up for the Legion and left.
I love it. I think that's a great moment to end on, just everyone freaking out. Nobody knows what's going on. That's amazing. Thank you all so much. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Thank you everyone who's watching. I'm gonna stop the recording now and we can do our stars and wishes afterwards. But again, if you want to find out any more about the Gauntlet, there are some links below. And if you decide to sign up for some games like this one, then maybe I'll get to play with you soon. Until then, I'll see you around. Bye, everyone.